Okay, now that it is officially recording, I am going to reiterate, this is being recorded. Please know that and realize your face will be recorded, whatever you say on the screen. So just to get this one part done, the SCA harassment and bullying policy. The SCA prohibits harassment and bullying of all individuals and groups. Participants engaging in this behavior are subject to appropriate sanctions. If you are subjected to harassment, bullying, or retaliation, or if you become aware of anyone being harassed or bullied, contact the Seneschal, president of the SCA, or your kingdom's board. And with that, I just want to thank Arland about teaching this. She is going to be teaching for the next couple of weeks of a beginner recorder class. So I have a very young brother, and he is currently doing the school recorder class. So we'll see how that compares. Anyway, thank you again, and
cool.
The stage is yours.
Great. So anyway, hey, this is meant to be a very beginner recorder class. I've had some issues with group playing, unfortunately, because of the time delays, but it was suggested that I do for basics, people who really want to learn, don't remember their third grade recorder class or anything like that. So, are you all beginners? Nod.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, does everyone have one there with you?
Yep.
Hold it up. Let's see what you got. Alto, soprano. Okay.
I also have a soprano.
Right. Okay. So what I'm going through today are basically producing a nice sound, getting your fingers covered, all the little holes, and a little bit of articulation, which is making the ta sound into your recorder. And how to blow. And then, depending on how things go, we may actually try a couple of tunes or not. Now, I'm going to make some suggestions about muting yourself while you're playing. And then what I'm going to ask is like to unmute you individually so I can hear what's going on. Because if everybody does it together, it may not be the best sound in the world.
If need be, I do have control, so I can mute people if needed, if people forget. So don't be overly concerned.
Okay. So basically, and I'm not sure how I'm going to press me. There we go. So I made up a little diagram so that this will work on any recorder. Your left hand goes on top, and your right hand goes on the bottom. Left hand thumb around the back, and your first 3 fingers. On your right hand, you'll use 4 fingers. And that looks like thumb around the back. Cover the hole, cover the hole, cover the hole. Pinky does nothing. So our first note that we're going to try is all these covered down. Don't worry about the right hand just yet. That's the sound you want to try and achieve. Now this is on a soprano recorder. If you have an alto recorder, it's okay. Play that too. It'll just be a different note. Actually, a cool way to get some real medieval sounds is to have sopranos and altos playing together, doing the same fingering. Okay, how are you doing there? You'll be able to tell if you can match this pitch. If you're flat, that means you're not blowing hard enough. If you're getting a real nasty sound, that means you're blowing too hard. Okay? So give that a try. Now I'm going to ask you, now I see names. I see a Joe, Clifton, Nora, and Richard, and then Kathleen. So, Joe, can you unmute yourself and let me hear how you're playing?
Okay, first I'll do the alto.
Yep. Good sound, good sound.
Then I'll do soprano.
Okay, got a good sound. Now, is this your first time playing? Be honest.
I've played by myself, just like up and down, fingering the holes. That's it. I've not actually played anything ever.
Sweet. Well, you will tonight. Okay, put yourself back on mute. And Clifton, how are you doing? You went a little too hard. Kick back a little bit and give a good t sound. Okay, you sure you're covering all three fingers?
Yep.
I'm going to look at you for a second. Okay. All right. Good. Okay, is this your first time playing?
This particular instrument, yes.
Cool. All right, mute yourself back up. Nora, how you doing? Or not? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how this works.
I got you.
Not great. I'm not sure if this has been subject to the humidity, but
I think you might be playing a sopranino. I don't have a picture of you, so I can't see you.
okay. Hang on.
Let me see.
I thought the video was on, but I'm not sure.
Let me hear it again. You are actually playing the recorder that is smaller than the soprano. That's okay. That's all right. Let me just try something. So I think anyway. All right, you got all three fingers down. Good though, right?
Yes, and also the thumb.
All right, so the only problem you have is that you got to swap it. Left hand on top.
Okay.
No, your right hand's on.
That's left.
It isn't. That's it. Good. Okay.
I'm
All
always
right.
the problem student. I apologize.
It's okay. You got a good sound. All right, I'm going to the next. Mute yourself back up now. Thanks,
Yes, ma'am.
Nora. So Richard, how you doing?
Good. All right, let's try this.
Okay. Good sound. All right. Good. Now, is this your first time playing?
This arrived about a week ago, and I've been trying to practice the left-hand stuff since then.
Excellent. Okay. So everybody's gotten a decent sound. All right. Mute yourselves back up, and I'll ask you to unmute later. Okay. So in the world of music, and I don't know who has reading music skills or whatnot, we're going to do most everything by ear, by rote tonight, because that's how it would have been done in the Middle Ages. There wouldn't have been music. Well, there is, but, you know, most people couldn't afford expensive music if you were a recorder player. So this is the note on a soprano. It is a G. On an alto, it is a C. Those two instruments are 5 notes apart. And in music, we use A, B, C, D, E, F, G in a circle. It just goes round and round and round and round. Okay? I'll get more into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a G, and then you're going to lift up that finger so that you're only covering thumb and 1 and 2. That's an A. Then you're going to lift up that finger, get rid of it. So you're basically pinching thumb and first finger, and that's a B. So the sounds you should be trying to achieve will be sounding like this. Each new sound should be a ta, ta, ta. So go ahead and play around with that for a few seconds. I'm going to switch to the alto. And see how you do. Okay? Now, anyone having trouble with that, wave your recorder. Okay. So now we're going to do a little, sort of a little game. Taking those 3 notes, I'm going to play something, and I want you to play it back to me. Basically, mimic me. Okay? Okay, try that. Here's the next one. Try that one. Okay. Now, you're all muted, so I'm going to ask that if you have a question or something doesn't sound right, just unmute yourself and ask, okay? Because if you were all unmuted, it would be a little scary. Just yet. Okay, here's the next one. Okay. Everybody having a good, any issues just yet? Cool. All right. So now we're going to go up and down on those 3 notes. Do that a few times up and down. Okay, feel okay with that good stuff? Cool. All right, we're now going to do another note. This one's a little tricky. It is going to be the thumb only. Now for this, you may just want to use your right hand and hold the bottom of the recorder to secure it. That is the note C. C sharp. And then take that middle finger and put it down. There are going to be 2 very close sounds right there, but there's a method to my madness. Okay? Try going back and forth between that note and that note. Everybody's fingers moving okay? Not okay. Now what we're going to do, leaving your second finger on, lift off the thumb. There are going to be 3 notes that are very close to each other. That one, that one, and then together. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and hear what you've been doing so far and just ask you to play those notes for me and see if we have any issues. All right, Richard, I'm going to start with you this time, if that's okay.
That's
Unmute
fine.
you.
That should be fine.
Let me hear the note. Okay?
Which one? All of them?
Start with the G, the one that's down, and play each note. Good.
Not a lot of blood.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, mute you again, and let's see, Nora, how you doing?
Still, I think having humidity issues with the instrument, but
Okay, what kind of recorder do you have? Is it wood?
It says Gil, made in Israel, and yes, it's made of wood.
A gill. Yeah, you're gonna have pitch issues. But you have the right idea. Well, that's half the issue. Okay,
Very good.
mute you. Okay, Clifton, how are you?
All right.
All right, let's hear some of those notes. Good. All right. So you want to make sure that every time you do a note, it's a fresh ta. Ta. We're not going to.
Ah. Sorry.
Okay. That's all right. Let's go the G. Good. You got them all. Nice. And it's much better blowing because you don't want to overblow. Cool. All right. Let's see. I guess mute you and Joe, is it? Yep. I think. Let's fly over to you. Oh, you have your soprano.
No.
Okay, so when you want to do the one by itself, it's just the second finger.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Let me hear them again. Don't blow so hard. A little bit lighter on the blowing.
And then what?
Okay.
Then I forgot.
It's all right. You know, I just wanted you all to get the left hand maneuvering there. Okay, mute yourselves. So, I've been doing Zoom teaching for music. So I've been using a whiteboard. So these 4 notes, G, A, B, and C, are these. G, A, B, and C is the one that has the both middle finger and thumb. That's C. When I had you do just the thumb, that's a note that we call C sharp. And then the one, the middle finger, just use your, so we've got G, A, B, C, C sharp, D by itself. Now, if you have a Renaissance recorder or if you have a Baroque fingering recorder, the right hand notes are going to be slightly different. But for the upper notes, they're pretty much the same. So G, A, B, C, there's a C sharp by itself, which is just your, and then the D. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Cool. Now, I'm going to be using the notes G, A, B, and C. And I'm going to play something, and I want you to repeat it back. So keep yourselves muted. We'll do a few of them. Use a fresh ta for each one. One of the things I also want you to do is work on your ear. Are the notes going up? The notes going down? Are they moving up stepwise, finger by finger? Or are they skipping? It's important to start listening to that. How's everybody doing so far? Anybody running into any issues? Okay. So now we're going to do a 5-note spread. G, A, B, C, and D. So the fingering for these notes, we're going to skip over that C sharp, which was just the thumb. So all 3 in thumb, A, B, switch to the thumb and middle finger, and then lift the thumb off for your D. So after you switch to the C, you can leave your middle finger there to hit your D. And that's what I'm going to do the next listening, to hear you play those 5 notes. And then see if you can do it backwards. Okay, try that. I dropped my pen. Where'd my marker go? I found it. I'm back. All right. How's everybody doing with that one? On the alto. On the alto recorder, those notes are different. On the alto recorder, those same finger position notes are C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, I'd like to hear you go up and down to see how you're doing. All right. Let's see. Joe, how about you first? Unmute you.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah. Thumb. Good for you. Nice. So on the alto, that's C, D, E, F, G. Okay. All right. Mute you. All right, Clifton, how about you?
Ah.
Good. Nice. Okay. Good job. Okay. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, Nora. How you doing? Unmute you. Mute. Unmute.
There we go. Something's not right here.
I'm going to tell you, part of it is your recorder.
Okay.
On the gill, the one that it's wood on the bottom and plastic on the top, right?
Yep.
Make sure that the top is really secure. And can you twist it back and forth a bit?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It didn't sound as
And
bad
just
the
make sure.
last time I played it.
Oh, now. I'm sure it's just a little bit of humidity.
And 3 years of disuse.
Yep. That's okay. You keep going. And then you can put it in the fridge overnight.
Good idea.
Okay, so it's G, A, B. You're left with the pinch.
Yep.
Then leave your thumb down, go to the middle finger for
Okay.
C, and then kick your thumb out for B.
Okay.
D, leaving your middle finger down. Okay. All right. Make sure your thumb is covering the back hole really good. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You got it. You got it. All right. Let's see. So we're down to, okay, Richard. Hi.
Right.
Okay. These are awesome. This is working out really well. Cool. All right. Couple of things that I just so you will know what to do. I am going to be uploading into the ANS stuff a complete fingering chart. You're also going to get a really easy to look at fingering chart. And there's also going to be these blanks so that in future you can kind of keep them in front of you to reference, things like that. And you can fill them out or, you know, I don't know, make designs if you want to.
Question really quick. So I'm actually in the West Kingdom and don't have access to your guys' A&S stuff. How would I
You're
get?
in the West Kingdom? I'm so
I
excited.
am.
Sorry.
I am in the West.
No problem. I think, and yes, you could, because you can go onto the East Kingdom's website.
Oh, is it going to be on their website?
The way I think it works out, and Kathleen, can you confirm how this goes? I load things up into the ANS website, or how does that work?
So for the recording, it gets uploaded by another member of the Ministry of Arts and Sciences. For actual handouts, I'm not 100% certain. I believe you should be able to just either get it directly to Lissa, or and she might be able to upload it. Otherwise, there's also the option of just sharing documents on Google Drive.
Can I, and forgive me, can I just give them my email address?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Is it going to be the recording? Is it going to be up on the East Kingdom YouTube?
Yes, it'll be on the East Kingdom YouTube. It will not necessarily be today, but it'll be within the next 2 weeks.
That's fine. I handle all the web services for the West Kingdom, so I know how it all works.
Cool. Yes. So so then what I'm going to do is actually load up some simple tunes and music between weeks 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. The idea was to kind of take you through the beginning initial stages of playing, things like that, and then actually play some music. Okay, now the next stage is rhythm, how to put those notes into rhythmic patterns, which partly make the music. And where are my cards? I made cards. Of course, I can never find anything around here. So, does anyone know or understand, or I should say, I'm going to draw a picture. Does anyone not know what these are?
I haven't read music in years. So quarter note, whole note? No.
Quarter note, 2 8 notes.
2 8 notes. Okay.
All right. So, but you're right along. You recognize it as a music note, which is half the battle. So I'm looking for something. Don't mind me. My head is bopping somewhere. All right. I was looking for my other color marker, but I can't find it. So I just have to work in blue. So music works rhythmically based on beats. The beat is the unit of measurement. So the quarter note is the symbol that equals 1 beat, or is the basis of the unit of measurement in our music reading. Okay? With me so far? Everything revolves around the quarter note. Now, the quarter note has 2 parts, the 1 and the and that's where the 8th notes come in. For younger children, we teach them as ta, ti, ti. Whatever you use, the rhythmic pattern is the same. Ta, ta, ta. These 2 are equally divided, half and half of the beat of this. Are you with me so far? Sweet. And please, I apologize if I am repeating things you know, and if I'm going too fast and you have confused you, I apologize. So, bigger than the quarter note is the half note. It gets 2 beats, 2 of these unit of measurements. Ta, ta, ta. You would hold the note twice as long. The note that is one of the more popular notes in Renaissance music is what we call the dotted half note. And it is equal to 3 beats. The 3 is very, very common in Renaissance music, Renaissance dance music, medieval tomes and things like that. So things that work in 3 are really, really common. So I'm going to show you 3, well, a bunch of 3s. Because we're going to actually work in 3. 3 beats. Ta. 2 beats, 1 beat. Ta, ta. 3 quarter notes. Ta, ta, ta. So what you're going to do now is you're going to play these notes. Since you're all muted, you can do it on any pitch that is comfortable. And I'm going to count you in, and we're going to play it this one, then this one, then this one. Okay, so get ready. And 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How did you do? Anyone have any issues? Okay. Could you see the whiteboard okay? Okay, thank you. Now, and forgive me, I never know what I'm going to do. So, ta, 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 ta. Okay. We're going to kind of read it this way. This box, this box, this box, this box, this box, this box. Imagine it all in a straight line. Okay? Your goal is to articulate all of these notes in 3. Again, do it on whatever pitch you want. Okay? I'm going to count you in. And 1, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ta, 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 ta. Everybody do all right? Okay. Now, C, D, C, G. Okay, I've done this in soprano fingerings and soprano notes. For the alto, if you do the same fingerings or switch to the soprano. So what we have is on that note G, 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 A, B, A, B, C, D, C, G. Now, this is going to be a little awkward because I can't hold it and play it at the same time. So I'm going to play it, and then I'll put it back up. Which is actually the beginning of a very simple song. So, let's give this a try. So I'm going to hold this up and give you a couple of minutes, and I want you to kind of work it out on your own, okay? How'd everyone do? So this is going to be a little crazy now because I want you to all unmute yourselves. Ooh. If you want, okay? Because I kind of want to, this is going to be a little crazy. We're actually going to try it all together. Okay? So,
come on, that's only one of you. Unmute.
So unmute yourselves if you feel comfortable enough.
I cannot see the board.
I'm working on it. I had to shift. Okay, is that better? Oops.
I'm actually losing your feed. I don't get you moving anything. So just go ahead. I'll catch up.
Well, I hope I'm not frozen.
No, I can see you just fine.
Okay. All right.
So
So
are you in gallery mode?
I'm gonna kind of snap and count you in. And 1, ready, go. G, 2, 3. That wasn't as bad as I thought, having everybody sound together. Cool. So now we're going to do something a little crazy. Is we're going to go one off each other. So Richard will play first, then Clifton, then Nora, then Joe, in order. Each one of you will do it one after the other, if that's okay with you guys. So basically, you're all listening to each other, but you're playing independently. I was going to see maybe get a pencil to point to it. Okay, I'm just getting a better grip on the board. Sorry. Okay. Richard, are you good to start?
Mm-hmm.
It's just how you're lined up on my Google thing. All right, and 1, 2, 3. one note too many. Clifton, you ready to rock?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
This is where I'm getting lost. What was the D? This is the D?
All right. Good. You guys are doing great. Another reason why I like to hear it is because now I'll know what to kind of gear towards next week. All right, Nora, you was up. 1,
Good.
2, 3. All right. Good. Nice. Joe, you ready to tackle this? Uh-oh.
Okay, I have your audio, but I don't have video, so I can't see the bottom line at all. But I'll do what I can here.
Oh, okay. I'll can try and move it.
I have no video of you. It froze. But I have your audio.
Okay.
Now I don't know what note to get.
All right. We got to do what we can do. I'm sorry. I don't know why I froze. Let me move.
Yeah, I can't see the bottom line at all. So I can go up to that, but that's it.
Oh, I see what you mean. It froze in this.
I don't know. It's just the video. I have your audio, but I can't see that bottom line at all.
That's weird. Okay. All right. So
that's okay. I'm fine.
you got it, though. You got it. Awesome. There are a lot of resources online on how to play recorder and how to do different things and yada, yada, yada. And you can probably get a lot of information between now and next session. And I'm a plethora of information. So I wanted to give a few minutes to ask questions. Where would you kind of like to continue? Are you coming back? Able to next week? And then I'm going to give you a good email address to reach me. And I will reach out to me. I will send you the files that I have. Okay. I go by 2 names. Pia Maletesta is sort of a new persona I created for myself because of my involvement in Renaissance music. But throughout the better part of my SCA career, I was known as Erlen, the Viking, before everybody was doing Viking. So I have an email address. I have an East Kingdom email address too. But Pia Maletesta @gmail.com. And if you want to reach out, I'll be happy to send you the files and any music that we're going to be working on. I scan them into my computer. So if you want to write that down, go ahead.
I put it in the chat in case it's easier for anyone.
Oh, thank you. That would be great. We have. I didn't even notice that. Oh, look at that. Gosh, thank you. I could have done that. Now I know. Now I know. Okay. Does anyone have any question?
Not at the moment. I don't. I'm doing this. So I'm a Middle Eastern percussionist in the West Kingdom, and I have one of our former West Kingdom bard plays recorders, and he does amazing Middle Eastern stuff on them.
Oh, you can.
And but pinning him down to come and play with us is very, very hard because he's always usually playing for our Renaissance group that we've got out here. So getting him to come over and play with us Middle Eastern people is if he has time. So I kind of want to learn what he's been doing because he also doesn't have the time to teach too. He's a really busy guy.
Middle Eastern tunes are fun. They work on a different tonal system. Hey,
Yeah.
do you play the darbuka?
I do.
Cool.
I
have
play
one
a
of those.
variety of different drums. I've got 40 different drums in my garage here that I all play. So
Now, I have been trying to teach myself the ney, but I'm not doing very well at it, which is pitched differently, but the blowing system is really difficult.
it's outside of your mouth, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
which is a little tricky. I bought a couple, but they're not great instruments, but I'm still working on it. All right. Joe, do you have any questions?
No, I think I'm pretty good, actually. I can read music. I play the harp, so I'm okay as far as rhythm and notes and those things. It's mostly just learning how to make it work on the recorder for me.
Great. Next week we're gonna work on the other hand and get those fingerings down and comfortable with playing with two hands. So that was the plan for next week. Nora, do you have any questions?
Other than the advice about putting my recorder in the refrigerator, I think I'm okay.
Something else that you may want to do, don't run water through it, but take a rag,
Okay.
tie a string to it and drop it through and drag it through a few times to clean out whatever's on the inside. There may be some
Excellent.
debris. Yeah, try that.
It's been a couple of years since it was used, so.
The best thing you can do to it is to blow air through it. So you're along the right track.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sure. Richard, how about you? Any questions?
I'm doing good. Yeah, this is great.
All right. So I'm going to be doing this for at least another 2 weeks, and we were going to take it from there. I was actually, I do this class kind of every year at Penzic, so I'm very sad not to be at Penzic this year. I do also direct a No More choir. I'm that Erilyn, but don't tell anyone. So I want to thank you all for coming. This has been fun, and I guess I'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
All right, and with that, I will stop the recording and say thank you again. It was a pleasure to listen in.
Yeah, thank you for running this. I appreciate it.
No problem.